Hello. Now, some of you have asked about long-term storage. I have filled this room with food by buying things on sale, one thing at a time. Like, for instance, these bags of rice. They usually cost about $4 in the grocery store, except lately I think they went up. So, you know, if you add one to your cart now and then, you see I've got 2 up there, and I've got 3 here. Now over here, I went to Aldi's. If you've got an Aldi's, A-L-D-I, near you, go there. Don't go to Walmart. Walmart's putting everybody out of business. Aldi's is good. Okay, so I got a case of tuna fish. They were about 50 cents a can or something, so I bought a case. And I bought a case of beets because they were really cheap. And sauerkraut, because who wants sauerkraut? So they were cheap. And then there was a more case of beets and carrots, sauerkraut, and more beets. I got them at Aldi's, very cheap. The ragu was on sale for about 79 cents a can, which is about half the price I usually see it for. The apple juice. Now, I find it hard to keep apple juice very long because my kids eat it. But sometimes it's on for $1, 99 cents a container. And then up there, I've got sweet potatoes, and those are yellow beans, and there's some black beans, and then there's more yellow beans, and then there's chickpeas, lots of chickpeas, and then there's corn, and up there there's tomato paste. And then this whole thing there is the second row. That's tomato or cream of chicken soup. No, chicken noodle soup. And there's brown beans up here. They go all the way up there, don't they? And then there's some tomatoes. And those are those darker cans. That's why can't I remember the name of them? It's those things over there, wherever they are. Chickpeas. And then there's more pineapple and corn. Those bigger ones are pineapple, I think. Okay, so that's how I do it. I buy them on sale. So all of this food costs about half as much as it would cost. And then there's called a bulk barn. I went to the bulk barn and I filled up all these containers are from the bulk barn. I went to, well, those are my ice cream containers, but like I buy sauces. So these are soup mixes, you know, beef soup and different soups. And then there's long grain rice, and those are, that's muffin mix. And then there's some instant soup packets. That one's cornstarch, but it's empty. And that one's textured vegetable protein, and there is dried chickpeas, and I can't tell what that is. Oh, I think that's black beans, salt, and that one I think is black-eyed peas. And over here, this is dates, but I think it's been taken. Okay, and then that's not all around his neck. There's a big black chain and hanging on. These are quinoa. And let's see, over here we've got pears. I used to can tons of peaches and pears, like 7 or 14 bushels of peaches. I mean, it was outrageous. Anyway, and then also there's other things, like sometimes you can get these things for 79 cents a pack. Well, this is rather full today because I just bought a lot of it. So I've got all these different kinds. If you buy stuff on sale and you buy more of it than you need, eventually you'll end up with stuff you have, end up having it. Now, if you go to, some stores have spices in packages, like Giant Tiger, maybe your regular little discount store that's also got groceries. Not Walmart. Stay away from Walmart. You can get all your spices in big packs, and sometimes they'll have things like the cocoa, and and I get the Hey, where's my label? It's gone. Anyway, vanilla. Now, our church, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. And sometimes the Relief Society, that's the women's organization. Do you know it's the largest women's organization in the world? We have, I don't know, 7 million members or something. Anyway, sometimes the Relief Society will organize something like this month we'll get honey. And so somebody will find a good supplier of honey and then we'll buy it. So I've got a few cases of honey, a year's supply of honey. Now if you go to providentliving.org, there's a place there where you can type in your family, amount of people in your family and the ages, and then it'll tell you how much you need of everything. Now wheat, they used to say just store 4 things. That was a long time ago. They don't do that now, but it was wheat, salt, honey, and powdered milk. And with that, that would be a balanced everything. But there's so many people that have problems with those things. So I get wheat because the church everybody stores wheat in the church, well, pretty well. And you get a wheat grinder, so then you just make your own bread, make your own flour, and it is so cheap compared to buying it, especially now that flour doubled in price. What with the latest, I guess there's more, China's using more stuff than they used to use, and so it's changing the way that the food is available. Okay, so if you go to look in the yellow pages under Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, phone the bishop. The bishop is the name of a minister or pastor or whatever. They're called bishop in ours. So you phone the bishop, ask who the Relief Society president is, and get her phone number. That's really simple. Most of you, if you look in the yellow pages, there'll be a lot of churches in your phone book. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It doesn't say Mormons, because that's not the official title. That's a nickname other people gave us because we read the Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ. But we won't talk about that right now. We're talking about food storage. Okay, so we also read the Bible and all those. So ask for the Relief Society president's phone number. Phone her up, and she will be able to let you know when there's an order for wheat happening, and you can get in on that order. They order hard Western wheat. Like in Canada, it's the wheat from Alberta or Saskatchewan or whatever, the prairies out there. Okay, what else should I tell you about? I also store spices. These are I get these from Mideast Foods. I've showed you these before. But there's other things too. There's syrup, and there's, I don't know, whatever we use. Peanut butter is a good one. Sometimes if you go to the health food store, any place that has bulk food in those bins, you can buy the bulk containers. They'll sell you a bulk container. I used to buy a tub of peanut butter for $20, but it's been quite a few years, and I found that we went through 2 of those a year. So if you want a year's supply, get 2. And then of course you can buy fruit on sale, fresh fruit, and you can can it. Look it up online how to can fruit and tomatoes and all that stuff. I don't really like tomatoes. I think they give you arthritis. And then I have a freezer. So when there's other things on sale, I buy pork from an abattoir or a butcher shop, and so you can get pork for, I think it's $1.75 a pound, which here is really good. And so you get half of a pig, so it'll cost you about $150 or something, but then you've got all that food. So and it's a lot cheaper. You can do that with a cow too, but that's usually, I don't know, around here it's more expensive. So that's how I do my food storage. I buy on sale, I make food from scratch, and so I don't have things like pancake mixes because I have flour and eggs. So why would I need a pancake mix? Okay, so that's about it. What a mess. I've been showing you this filthy kitchen. Okay, well, we'll better go and clean the kitchen now. Oh, I also have beans. Beans are good. You can get packets of these for cheap. They just take a long time to cook. But if you've got your wood stove going, put a pot of water on the wood stove and just keep adding water until the beans are soft. Or if you've got a pressure cooker, it takes 20 minutes to cook soybeans or other things. If you have farmers nearby, when they're taking the soybeans off the fields, I went to a farmer once and I wanted to buy a bag of soybeans, and so he sold me a 100-pound bag of soybeans for 50 bucks. So I have lots of soybeans around, and soybeans are so good for you. They're really good for you, and they're very plain, so you can add any spices, you can add vegetables or meat or whatever you want to add to them, and they'll pick up the flavor of other things, and they're very good protein. But you do need to add vitamin B12 if you're vegetarian, so you need brewer's yeast or nutritional yeast. Okay, that's my 2 cents worth. You can do this at home. Goodbye.